And I bet you there's a bunch of you guys who are just like that, who are probably better looking, in better shape, better at talking, and you just don't do it because you don't know. You don't know, like, oh wow, that's a really good idea. I'm gonna show you why it's a good idea. Again, let me just roll this real quick.
Hey April, how are you? My name's Austin. I'm the owner and operator here at Van Patten Furnishings in Rio Vista, California. So we are in Rio Vista, not Lodi. We deliver to Lodi quite often, so that brings me to the next answer to your question. We do indeed do delivery. It's a $100 flat rate within 50 miles of Rio Vista. Sounds like you guys are probably within the area. As far as real wood, don't you worry. Everything is all solid wood. It's not hardwood, it's a pine, but hardwood's a whole different ballgame. We can do that too. So seating for 8, I think. I gotta go back and check your message. So I'll just walk you through the order process if that sounds good. Let me know if you have any other questions.
These are just basic communication skills that you actually use every day. If you're a decent communicator, you're actually doing this every day with any person. This is exactly how you'd sell somebody, but we're taking it another step forward through the social media age, and we're going to use video to help push our product. I'm telling you, it closes more sales than anything else when I use a video to personally connect with that customer. And also, you can show them your business license. You can show them you're a real person. Some work that you have right there. The amount of comfort this is building, video sales are the way of the future, I'm telling you. We're on the bleeding edge here. I'm trying to get you on. That's why do I say you gotta be on the bleeding edge. You gotta be an early adapter of these things. Otherwise, I mean, you're just gonna get left behind. And then in 10 years, it's in fucking textbooks. It's taught in colleges. You're gonna be like, oh wow, I thought about that 10 years ago. I heard that motherfucker kept calling himself the Wolf of Wood Street or whatever the fuck. And I thought he was crazy. Holy shit, I'm telling you, it's a real thing. I'm showing you proof right here. I always talk about Jordan Belfort. I basically give this guy so much fucking free advertising, but it's because his content, again, obviously I'm pretty much piggybacking off his entire brand, right? But dude, you need to check out Jordan Belfort's podcast, The Wolf's Den. Go fucking download Audible. You need to get The Way of the Wolf. Okay, this book is literally his straight line sales formula, which he charges thousands for his really like high-end formulas. This is one of the best salesmen in history. Leonardo DiCaprio played this dude fucking in the movie. Like, why wouldn't you listen to this motherfucker? Anyway, you need to check out The Way of the Wolf. You can learn straight line sales. It'll teach you about tonality. It will teach you about how to use a script effectively. I use this stuff every day, and I'm telling you, my sales fucking skyrocketed after learning the straight line system. Because here's the thing, all the straight line system is how sales have worked for centuries. It's the very fundamental premises, but the way that he organizes it in this book and all of his programs, and the way that he conveys this is very easy to understand, consumable, it's immediately applicable. That's what I'm trying to bring you to, is I'm trying to expound on things like the straight line and on Jason Stapleton stuff and our Gary Vee. I take little pieces, and what you're getting is just me word vomiting all the information that I have learned that has built me a 6-figure income over the course of 2 years. People work their whole lives, go to college for 4 fucking years to try to get a 6-figure income. I'll end up with 6 figures in debt, right? But I learned this shit on YouTube and fucking podcasts and all. This is what you guys need to be investing in. It's human capital. Okay, so now that I've babbled at you enough about negotiation, we've talked about identifying the things that are good about yourself, about using video content, I babbled about the fucking straight line system. The most important component of all of this, none of this matters if you don't apply this next step. Asking for the order and asking again and again without looking desperate until you eventually close the sale. But you don't do that, just like you don't end up in that chick's pants unless you are able to play the sort of waltz that is negotiation. I'm not talking about like beating someone over the head with fucking the same pitch over and over. The same way as you can't just be super desperate with a chick or too pushy. That's fucking wrong, right? Fucking you don't want to do any of that because it turns people off the same way that you're never gonna get laid by fucking just begging for it, right? It's just not how it works. But you basically want to be able to repivot and reintroduce the concept of asking them to pay you for your services, to place that order, to get the money from their account into yours. But you don't do that if you're never asking. And that's a big problem that a lot of people have. They never actually ask the person to buy anything from them. But here's the thing, if you're providing enough value, if your brand is really worth what you should be putting into it, if you really do have a solution to their problem, then you actually have an obligation to ask them to purchase it from you. Because if you don't, then you're actually doing them a disservice, because now they're just sitting with all that useless money in their pocket and you don't have that money, so you can go make more people's lives better with the product that you ultimately want to exchange for that money. when they say no for the first time, you don't want to just give up. You might want to repivot, be like, oh, okay, well, what's the problem? So like, let's say I'm trying to pitch a table, right? I'm trying to sell a table. Hey, everything I build is built to order. So they don't even have to see the table they're going to get until 6 weeks later, right? That's intimidating for a lot of people. Plus, it's a lot of money, So you really got to be able to fucking convince them that the value that you have, that you're able to provide for them, is going to be worth that time and that money. So how do we do this? Is you continue to offer, you continue to get your foot in the door and keep it from closing completely, because the second you let that lead go dead, it's a very low chance they're actually going to come back and purchase. So what did we learn today? 1, negotiating your way into someone's wallet is way easier than negotiating your way into somebody's pants. And you've probably all done one or the other, and you tell me which one was harder. 2, establishing premise is way easier in sales than it is in dating. And you've probably done plenty of it dating. If you've closed a deal on Tinder, you can close a deal on Facebook Marketplace. If you can close a deal on Facebook Marketplace, you can close it anywhere. I think 3, we need to identify the things about ourselves that are attractive, that are good, that are useful, and we need to use those things to our advantage. And how are we going to do that? 4, using videos in order to better convey our personality, our good looks, whatever skills we have. We're going to use all those things to use tonality, because it's the best of both worlds. It can be done multiple times. You can edit it. You can take as many videos as you need to. Basically use the same skills you would over the phone or in person, but you don't have the discomfort of being in front of somebody. You can do it as many times as you need. It's going to help. It makes it more personal. It establishes comfort. Everything about video sales, again, it's the way of the future, guys. 5, check out the straight line sales system. Show some love to Jordan Belfort. Go follow the Wolf of Wall Street. Use the material that other people have already put out there. Incorporate dating deals. Corey Wayne, Jason Stapleton, fucking Tony Robbins for all I fucking care. But use all these mentors and fucking make some fucking cocktail of all these motherfuckers. Sell it originally. Have your own style. Do your own thing. But again, these principles are things you need to return to, and you learn them from the people who have done them best. That's why I recommend the straight line system and shit. And again, I don't get paid to say that. And 6 and last, understanding persistence, not looking needy, asking for the order multiple times, and continuing until you have closed the deal. So I think that pretty much does it for the day. If you haven't already, go check out my main Instagram and Facebook. That's Van Patten Furnishings. That is my furniture company. Also see our entire portfolio at both vanpattenfurnishings.com and on Facebook at Van Patten Furnishings. There's actually quite a bit more on the Facebook, because that's my main platform for that company. Also, I want you guys to check out one of our other partners. That's Fanslaw Metalworks, who I owe a major thank you for the super fucking cool backdrop behind me. Take a look at this fucking thing, man. You just knocked it out of the fucking ballpark, man. I mean, I cannot tell you how thankful I am to Fanslaw. I mean, dude, and you gotta check out their entire portfolio, their whole catalog of work. Super affordable. I'm gonna be adapting a lot of their stuff, their metal trestle legs, into some of my hardwood collections, and I think they're just gonna be indispensable. They're going to be a major brand coming up in the industry here in the next couple of years. Now, again, I owe them a massive thank you. Thank you, Eric and Shelby. And if you like this video, definitely go check out the first one I put up. It's a very simple 4-step guide for how you can start any small business. Again, this is not just woodworking. Obviously, that's my niche. You do not have to do a woodworking business or any of this work. This actually applies across the board. Again, a 10-minute video where I go through 4 easy steps to starting your first ever small business from fucking zero. I hope you guys have a good one. Enjoy your quarantine. It's not gonna be that much longer, I fucking hope. And if it is, oh well. We know as entrepreneurs that our job is to go boldly forward into the future and not have these types of fear. We don't harbor fear about these kinds of things. We're just gonna get better in the process. That's what I'm here to help you do. I wanna watch you do it too. Again, I'm the Wolf of Wood Street. Let's make this thing happen, guys. See you next week. This episode of The Wolf of Wood Street was brought to you by Ambrose Board Butter, Fanslaw Metalworks, and Van Patten Furnishings, LLC. The Wolf of Wood Street is pending trademark Van Patten Furnishings, LLC, copyright 2020.